Good morning, everyone. It's another one of our favorite mornings, our Jewel from our Jewels. And today we have our amazing Sonya Dudley, who we just love. And I wanted to give a little background about her impact on me. When I first started, I watched her YouTube videos, all of them. They were how I learned. And even my Room of Hopes that I do every single Thursday, I took that one video that you did of the one meeting, the information meeting, and I wrote them on 3x5 cards exactly what you said. Like I watched it, and then I did that. I started doing that in my house, copying you exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, but you were such an impact on me, like everything, like what to say to people and how to do just everything. And so and then when I got to meet you, I just loved you, and my husband loves you, and your husband, because of the hunting and fishing. It's like everybody's best friend. So if you haven't got to meet her yet, you guys all have to meet her. And she's so wise. So I'm just not going to say any more. And we want to introduce her and let her just take the whole time so we can soak it up. And I have my notebook, and we're going to take notes and everything.
Oh, Cindy, thank you. Thank you for a sweet, warm, fuzzy introduction. I appreciate you. And I totally remember when we met, and you just never know you just don't know the impact that you can have on people. Hence, why our words are so important and what we say, and we'll get to that. So thank you so much. Thanks for inviting me on. And I'll just kind of share my story, just in case some of you don't know my story or maybe my background. Sometimes I tell an abbreviated version of my story. So I'll kind of give you a little bit more that you might not know. I'm 46 years old, almost 47. I've been in network marketing since I was 19 years old. I took about a 7-year break. Well, actually, I didn't even take a break. Literally, I say that. I did 2 or 3 more in that 7 years. So really, I didn't take a break. So I've done network marketing since I was 19. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And I say that with, oh, my goodness, to say, boy, oh, boy, have I ever wanted to quit? Yes. Have I ever thought, what in the world am I doing? Why am I in this? Yes. But has it been worth it? And do I feel like I learned the most in those times, or the most when things were wonderful? No, I learned the most that I could pass on to other people in the valleys. And so to me, it's just such a rewarding career. But big risk, big rewards, little risk, little rewards. I could have worked for someone else my entire life, and it would have been very little reward. But the bigger risk you take, the bigger rewards are available. So I did one business for 17 years, and I remember going to my first convention. When I joined that company, I joined with the intention of putting myself through college from that income. So when I went to my very first convention, I was 19. It was my first flight. I was scared to fly, but my upline said, "You've got to be here because you're going to win a diamond ring and you're going across stage." And I'm like, what? I had no idea. That convention changed my life. So if you've never been to convention, you've got to go, because it allows you to be around other people that dream like you dream, that believe like you believe, that encourages you, that is positive, that wants you to be successful. That's what it allows you to do. And so if you haven't been to convention, you have a whole year to save money to go. And then you can earn back credits, and basically your whole convention being free if you earn the credits. So there's no excuse, is what I'm saying. We didn't have that in the business, and I did it anyway. We didn't have a contest to earn. I went into debt every year for it because I wasn't making money in the other business. That business and that changed my life going. So for 17 years, that's what I did. Then I got really burnt out because I was in debt, was broke, I was not making money, had to have a lot of inventory, thousands of dollars of inventory. Cindy knows all about that. We had to do parties. It was the only way to make money was to do parties. So I was very against doing any more network marketing. After that one, believe it or not, I did a few more. But the ones that I did after the first one, did not require inventory or parties. So I tried that. It was not the right timing with the right products, with the right company. When I stumbled upon Plexus through Helen, we knew from day one that it was the right products with the right company and the right timing, the right comp plan, the whole bit. And so September of 2012, I was still suffering from my autoimmune that I had, but I was better because I had to work a full-time job, but I was not well. So when Plexus came along in September of 2012, actually today's the 1st. Oh my gosh. So we joined on September the 4th, 2012. And I remember going, this has to work. This has to work. And if the products are amazing, like you say, you're hearing that they are, then this business, we will make this business work. So that's what happened, y'all. That first few days, the products drastically changed my life. Drastically. Like I thought, this has to be in my head because there's no way something could do this for me. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you something. I was praying, I was believing, and I claimed this is going to work. This is going to work. So some people come into things defeated and discouraged and already coming in with a negative mindset. I was not. Even though I was skeptical, I said, this is going to work. So I think even when talking to our customers, we have to be talking to people that way. We have to be looking for people that have that mindset that's ready. And if they're not, we have to take it away from them and say, you know what, it's probably not for you right now, because you have to be ready, willing, excited, and believing that these products and or whatever, or the business, whatever they're in for, is going to work. So you know what, it's probably not for you right now. We have to be willing to come from a place of boldness and confidence that people buy into us. And people don't follow a parked train. People don't follow a broken tree. I mean, people want strength, confidence, and boldness, and that's what they follow. That's what they're looking for because, they have enough of the other in their everyday life. So why are they going to follow someone who says, well, I mean, I think it could work for you. I mean, it's been good for me. I don't know it. It might not work, but I mean, it could. I know you don't think it will. It might not, but really? They're not going to follow that. You got to be like, you know what? These are the best products on the face of the earth. This is the best company, the best comp plan, and we got the best people. And I'm excited to coach you on the products, but you got to believe they're going to work, and you got to be on board with me here. That's how you got to come across to people. So that's how I came across to people. And 10 weeks later, I was able to quit my job. And 3 months after that, I hit Emerald. And then 2 or 3 months after that, I hit Diamond. So just to say, was it a fast journey? It was not a fast journey because it took me 20 years of learning and growing. Mm-hmm. and getting up and falling back down and getting up again, falling back down and getting knocked down. It took 20 years of that. So no, it was not a fast journey. But was it a fast progression in Plexus? Yes, it was. So never compare yourself to someone else because you can't. You can't compare your journey to someone who's done this for years and years. If you want to be the best in your industry, you've got to be willing to put in time. Would you go to a brain surgeon who said, Cindy, I've been in school about a year and I've not really cut on anybody, but you're okay to let me cut on you, aren't you? I mean, I've been in it a year. Or would you go to a dentist with no teeth? People kill me saying, well, so-and-so told me that this, I wouldn't make it in this business. Well, who are you taking advice from?
Right.
So be careful about that. So if you want to be a professional in your industry, you got to be willing to give it a good 3 to 5 years. Learn and grow and read books every day. You know, I read every day. I'm not going to lie to you. I have skipped a day, but not intentionally. But on my calendar every day is personal growth time. And sometimes it's only 15 minutes. Yeah. But some days, like this morning, I watched, I didn't even watch it. As I put my makeup on, I listened to a video. Stephen, Pastor what's his name, Cindy's? What's his name? Anyway, it's a pastor, and it was on discouragement, and it was the best sermon. It was an hour, but I thought, I have an hour to listen as I'm getting ready. That's the kind of stuff you got to do if you want to get good at what you do, because how can you give out what you don't have? Okay, so yes, I was broke before Plexus, and it changed our financial picture, going from broke to 10 months later making a high 6 figures. So it can be life-changing. And the more you make, the more you can help. Mm. And, you know, I want people to get over the fact of, oh, I don't know what I'll do if I make a lot of money. Well, you'll do the same thing you would do if you had no money. If you've got a big heart, you need to make big money, because big-hearted people make great decisions with what to do with their money. They help other people in the mission field. They're givers. And so don't let that hold you back. All right. Yeah. I'm going to cover, I'm watching the clock. I'm going to cover for 10 minutes. I'm going to cover some more things. I think I gave you a few nuggets in there, but I'm going to cover a few things for about 8 to 10 minutes. And then I'm going to open it up for 8 minutes, 10 minutes for Q&A. So here we go. We're going to go fast. If your why doesn't make you cry, then all you have is a wish. People who say, yeah, my goal is to go to Hawaii. That's a goal. That's a wish. That's not a why. Why is, oh my gosh, Sonya, my husband's working 2 jobs. I would give anything to bring him home from and so he just has 1 job. Sonya, I'm miserable being away from my children. I want to be home with my kids. Those are whys. If your why can make you emotional, that's a good why. But it's not even good enough to have the why. What will make you get out of bed every morning is if you, before your feet hit the ground, you say your prayers, you say, Lord, bring me the people today that need what I have, and I'll get out of the way and talk to them. And that's how you pray over your business, one way. But then also you need to close your eyes for 1 or 2 minutes, and you need to visualize, like let's say your why is to bring your husband home from that second job where he doesn't have to do it. So you've got to visualize him looking at you and saying, Cindy, I can't thank you enough for bringing me home from that second job. I was miserable. I hated being away from the kids. Now I don't have to go straight for my 40-hour-week job and go to another job and miss their ball games. I don't have to do that anymore. You've got to visualize him saying those things. You got to visualize him crying about it. You've got to hear him, watch him, feel him hug you and say, I never dreamed this was possible. Thank you so much. You've got my full support. You've got to feel, smell, hear, all those emotions for a couple minutes every morning before you allow yourself to get out of bed. You've got to also watch your self-talk. You've got to make some positive affirmations of, and I use the app called Repeat It Again on, so I'm going to show it to you if you don't already have it. On an iPhone, it's called Repeat It Again. Let's see. Right there it is. Repeat It Again. I'm going to tap it so you can see what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And it allows you to have sections so that you can make your affirmations. and you can listen to them over and over, but listen to the ones, don't allow yourself to say, I'm not good with people. I'm no good. I don't feel good today. If I were a better salesman, if I had this, if I were this, stop the madness. You can't plant corn and get potatoes. So if you are expecting potatoes, then you better be planting them. So you've got to, you'll reap what you sow. And if all you say all day is all that stuff to yourself, then that's the results you're going to get. And until you change your mindset, you will not change your results. I was looking for the book, but I think it's still in my tote bag. But What to Say When You Talk to Yourself is just an amazing book. You have to be willing to reprogram. It's key. So your why has to make you cry. And I want you to think about your failures. I hate the word, but to you in your mind, when you fail or you stumble, I want you to think about your failures as miracle grow in your life. I want you to think about, as Stephen said, your failures are your fertilizer. So I'm like, your failures are your miracle grow, because if you can think of your failures as preparation to make you better, stronger, then as things happen in your life, you can go, okay, I know this is for a reason. What's the lesson I can learn here? How can I use this to help someone tomorrow? It's all, it's all how we view things. It's all what we do with what we've learned from. So we all have the same soil, if you will, here in Plexus. We're on the same soil. How come people can people can get discouraged? All of us can, but these people just do nothing and get discouraged and get down and stay down, where these people decide to do something with it. And most people just decide to keep working in the discouraged times, because when you trust and have faith that this is where you're supposed to be, if you will just work through and push through and not stop during the down times, then when things are amazing again and rolling, you've actually still got a business, and you may even have some momentum. But if you have stopped for 3 or 4 months and things are tough, when things get better, guess who has to start over? You've got to start over, because your people saw you. So keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at a tree and you look at the leaves on the tree, they're going to reflect what's happening down here in the roots. So if you're not getting pretty leaves and they're turning brown and you've got holes in them, worms are eating them, look at the root of the issue. And typically that is internally with you. It is overcoming fears. It's being willing to push through and figure out, why am I fearful of talking to someone? Where does that come from? Who told me I wasn't good with people? And you know what? That's their belief about me. That's not even reality. It's just false. So you got to be willing to give them back that trash so that you can get your roots rich and put that miracle grow on them and get the roots to where they're just fruitful. And then you're going to produce green leaves and fluffy leaves and perfect green leaves. And that is from your fruit. So when you look at your team and you see brown leaves and holes and worms, you need to look back at you and say, what am I doing as a leader? Am I managing my team, or am I leading my team? Am I walking the walk, or am I talking the talk? Because you don't get respect when you talk the talk. You get respect when you're walking the walk. And you got to have that confidence that if you lost everyone on your team, would you be able to do it again and do it better? And that's where you've got to come from. So if you're not there, you got to get there. And that comes from personal growth. It comes from your self-talk. It comes from your visualization, your belief, your why. So I'm going to stop there, Cindy, because I know I've covered a whole lot of stuff in 20 minutes. Because I want to give them time to ask me questions. And literally, really, I'm out of breath. I got to take a break.
That's funny.
I cover a lot in 20 minutes. I do want to give you a script that I use, and then I'll stop.
Okay.
Okay, I use this script all the time. And this is a tool that you can teach your team. So when I'm out and about, I'm always listening, for people to say, I'm just so tired, I have no energy, or I'm going to my other job after this, or if I could get rid of this headache. You know what? I couldn't help but hear you talked about your headaches. I don't know if what I have can help you or not, but it has helped so many people I know. Can I give you my card and you just check it out when you're not busy? I heard you say you had to go to your second job. I don't know if what I have can help you or not, but it has literally changed my financial picture. Can I give you my card and you just check it out when you're not busy? I heard you talk about you didn't have any energy. I don't know if what I have can help you or not, but it has helped so many people I know with energy. Can I give you my card and you check it out when you're not busy? Mm-hmm. I do that everywhere. And what that is it's a push-pull script. You're listening, so you're saying, I couldn't help but notice. You talked about your migraines. I don't know if it can help you or not, so you're pulling back. But it's helped hundreds of people I know. You're giving back. I want to give you my card. Can I give you my card? You check it out when you're not busy. You pulled it away. So you're push-pull. See, you didn't say anything about what you do. So they're going to want to ask you, what is it? So you want to always dangle the carrot and never puke a bunch of information. So that script can truly be a tool you could use and make a commitment to go out and use that several times a week and teach your team that from the beginning. Just a simple script you can use when they're out and about.
Love it.
Another thing you could do is on your Facebook wall, if you're behind your Facebook, you're behind your screen, is you can friend a lot of your people that are not in your Plexus network. You friend people who are you go to your friends on your wall who are not in Plexus, and you friend one or two of their friends every few weeks. So maybe pick out 20 people, and once a month you're friending a couple of their friends. So you're not doing this with the intent of messaging them, but with the intent of they accept your friend request because you have a mutual friend, and you've created a whole new audience that in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, you have a new audience that you can be intentful on how you post. That's it. No other expectations, but to build a good audience. Okay, I'm going to shut up.
Love that. Love it. Love it. Okay, who has any questions for her? Now is the time. Okay, Lauren. Lauren has one. Unmute. Now I unmuted you.
Okay. Hi, Sonya.
Hi, Lauren.
The majority of the ambassadors that I have on my team are wholesale ambassadors. And I know that that's a product of where my lid is right now, since I was reading the leadership book. And so, when they approach me initially and say, I don't want anything to do with the business. I know that, is it Amy Paul, who we listened to last week, had said, the first thing that she does for her ambassadors is to post on Facebook. And these friends of mine are not going to want to do anything on Facebook. So do I just give them time to try the products? Because now they're starting to filter and wanting to make their own page or reaching out. But it's been 3 months in the making. Okay.
Great concern for most people. A couple of different thoughts come to my mind. One is you could say to these people, if they've said to you, now, I don't want to do the business, I just want wholesale. That's great, Lauren. I totally understand. Let me ask you this, though. If I can just teach you just how to get your products free, would you be open to that? Or do you strictly just want to pay wholesale and not even think about getting them free?
Okay.
Well, no, I would be open to getting them free, but how would I do that? Well, you're gonna get on the products, you're gonna fall in love with them, and then as you do that, you're going to listen and listen for people's needs that need the products. And then you're going to say, you know what? I'm not selling this stuff, but it's changed my life. And I'll be glad to give you my card. It's got my website on it. And when you have time, you check it out yourself. And you can slowly, Lauren, build a business that way. Mm-hmm. And after you just have a handful of customers, then your products will be free. Does that sound like something that I can help you with? So it's kind of that strategy. Well, that's probably the best one. You can always say, you know, I know you don't want to do the business, but do you know of anyone who could just use an extra couple $100 a month? Or do you know anyone who would like to join to get their products free instead of wholesale? I'm looking to help some of those people. I'm looking for some of those. And then I think we need to be a little bolder about looking for people in the business. You know, when we are out and about saying, you know, I heard you talk about your migraines. You know what? I don't know if it can help you or not, but it's helped so many people I know with migraines. And you know what? It has helped me financially like you wouldn't believe. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I don't know if you're interested in earning some extra money or not, but I'm going to give you my card and you check it out when you're not busy. And you've opened up a door. It's what you're doing.
Right.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Who else? Julie. Julie, come out. Unmute.
Good morning, Sonya. When you give a person your card, you just run into them in the market, and you say, I couldn't help but hear, you know, that you have migraines. And then they say to you, well, what is plexus? What do you say, or how much do you tell them?
Okay, good question. Good question. You know, I usually go, oh my gosh, it is a simple, natural pink drink that tastes like Kool-Aid, and it is just, it works on, it depends too on what, like if they talked about migraines or if they talked about energy, it kind of depends, what I say kind of depends on what they said. So, but I usually just kind of say, you know, oh my gosh, it's a simple pink drink. It's natural. You pour it in a bottle of water, it tastes like Kool-Aid, and it has changed my life. You know, Julie, it deals with basically inflammation in the body, balancing the body. It's simply incredible. I don't give them any more than that. And sometimes I don't even go there. I just do the first part until they ask more. I just give little tidbits. And then I'll say, you know what? Like if she said, what is it? I say, you know what? I tell her about the pink drink, natural. I'll say, Julie, are you on Facebook? You are? You know what? Here, if you'll just friend me right here, if you'll just friend me on Facebook, type your name in, I'll send you a couple of testimonies on migraines. That way you can, you know, at your own time, you can check it out. That's what I do. Then they friend me, and I screenshot it so I don't forget who it is.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And then I might send one testimony that day, and then I might not send another anything for a while, but I try to just build that layering relationship.
Thank you. I think we have time for one more. Anybody else? Now's your chance. Anybody?
I do.
Okay. Julie?
If you were to give, you talked about personal growth. So if you were to say, okay, in the next couple months, read these 5 books, what would be your top 5 books that you would encourage somebody to read? This, I know I have the one, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. So,
okay. I'd probably say that as number 1, Julie. Is this Julie? Hang on. Is this Julie? Yeah, Julie. I'd probably say that as for sure number 1. I would read
I want to take this time to just say how thankful I am that Jesse Mitchell's on here, because he has been very, very sick, and I've been praying for him, and I'm so happy to see you healthy again.
Yay.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's great news.
I know.
You know, this is a newer one, And you know, so I will say this one because it's so good. Intentional Living, John Maxwell. I'm enjoying it so much. There's so much in it, and it's an easy read. This book, John Maxwell, 15 Laws of Invaluable Laws of Growth. This is very much about personal leadership. I love this book. Great book that I've taught on a lot. This book, The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki, is definitely in my top 3 of books to read ever. It's very thin book, very thin. And then, of course, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. The other book that I don't have, because I loaned it out a long time ago, is John Maxwell's Failing Forward to Success.
Yeah.
Failing Forward to Success. Those are a few. I mean, there's so many, but, you know, those are not really like network marketing books. Millionaire by Halftime. I mean, there's some great network marketing books, GoPro, but these are more geared toward leadership, mindset, things that I'm passionate about, things that I believe, because I believe you can read a network marketing book, but until you move past your fears and gain some leadership, you're not going to do a lot with the tools you get in that and the ideas.
Love it. Okay.
I think Serenity
Yes.
has a question.
Yes. Serenity. Let me unmute her. Unmute. Okay. There you go.
My question was just about the books you would recommend.
Perfect.
Yay.
Perfect.
Like minds think alike, you know?
That's right.
Awesome. I love that that can be the ending for this call, because those are something that, you know, I love getting from our leaders, the books that have really impacted their lives. And so we can all get these. So thank you again. That was so awesome. I just, you know, my page is full of all the notes. I
Wow.
love it. I'm even going to watch it over because I have to like soak it in more. So thank you again for everything that you did this morning for us. We really appreciate it, taking the time out of your day. And I'm excited to see you in like 9 or 10 days in Hawaii.
Crazy, right? Oh, yes. I'm excited.
And next year, all these people on this call will be there with us, right, guys?
I totally believe that. I totally believe that.
I totally believe it.
I do.
There's no doubt in my mind they could all be with us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Y'all have a great day.
Yes, unmute and say goodbye to her.